Hello everyone and welcome back to the Halo Gaming channel. So today we're going to be sculpting a new player model for the Let's Make a Sci-Fi RPG. Now, while this is part of the Sci-Fi RPG project, I might put this in as a Mudbox Madness video. I don't know if I can do playlists within a playlist. That'd be kind of cool. But we're going to see how much we can get done on the player today, just because I got deadlines coming up and I got to get some work done. So we're going to do that. So when you open my box, you see this this little box, and I am using my XP Artist 13.3 digital drawing tablet for this because I can't sculpt with a mouse. So we're going to start off with the human body template, which will bring in, let me just drag this back over onto this, to bring in this. Let me see if I can remember what hotkeys I've set up on my tablet. Alt is there. Okay. So we start off with the human body template, and I want to make him look like a slightly amphibious alien of some description. So let's start with the head. And I also want to try and sculpt in some clothing on him. So what should we do? So we've got our sculpt brush. I have no idea what I want to do. So let's flatten out his. Let's undo that. Let's see, what do I have? Let's increase the brush size a little bit. So just holding down B on my keyboard and clicking and dragging on the window to do that. And I think, is it M? M for the brush strength. Let's put that up a little bit. Well, it might be too big. And then if I hold Control, which I have set up on one of the keys on my tablet, we can just, it will squash instead of sculpting out. So if I just normally do it, it will sculpt out. But if I Control, it'll sculpt it in a little bit. So let's just try. It's a bit too much. Alt to move. Zoom. Okay, let's see. Let me just. What's that doing? No. Mudbox is hard, yo. Let's just a little bit in here, and a little bit in here, maybe, and a little bit across here, just to flatten it out. If you smooth it as well, smoothing is good to fill up some holes. We'll just smooth everything out there. So we've got that. So we're still at quite a low subdivision level. If you press Shift and D, you can go up to get higher quality. It doesn't mean more polygons. That was the issue that I was having with my original. Let's just sink in his eyes a little bit so that when I bring it into not Mudbox, we're in Mudbox, Maya, I can, that's not doing anything, is it? Control, oh, because I'm smoothing, that's why. Go back to the sculpt brush, duh. Just try and get a little eye socket. I'm actually going to undo that. I'm going to turn mirroring on so that I only have to work on one side of this guy. And then we're going to try and just get a little eye socket. What do we think for the mouth? Definitely, we're going to want some lips. So let's just get some, not too much, just a little. That's all. I don't know. That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? That looks awful. And then on the inside, we're just gonna try and just get a little, just give him a mouth with a bit of a little, just a little bit of a kind of a mouthy thing going on. Let's try and grab this and just give him a little happy face. Just sculpt a little bit more. I just kind of there, just a little bit more. Also, you need to rotate because that's the issue. So you don't want them to come out that much. So you need to make sure that you constantly rotate around to make sure that it's. Let's bring this brush size down a little bit. Bring the strength down just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we can try and just kind of. I tend to, when I'm working in Mudbox and on my tablet, like lean really close. And now the my camera is actually on my tablet, so that I'm kind of looking slightly towards my camera, as opposed to it being on my monitor. You're just seeing me, basically the opposite of this. So you can kind of, but I mean, I get it really close. So you can hide. Just get some little bit of sculptiness coming on for. Let's have a look. We want maybe a little bit. Just have this come out. Like I said, I don't have any particular. Ideas, so I'm just gonna maybe give them some kind of sunken cheeks, maybe just a little bit in. See what that looks like. Give them like cheekbones. No ears, I don't think. So we're just gonna get rid of the ears. Get rid of the ears. And smooth this out. And what I might do, so he's got a little protrusion, I might just kind of go in a little bit. Go back to my sculpt brush, obviously. Just go in a tiny little bit so that you've got kind of like an ear hole, but not necessarily an ear per se. Let's try and smooth this out a little bit as well. Just a little protrusion. What I would like, let's just zoom out a little bit. He seems like a happy fellow. I'd kind of like maybe some webbing coming out, but I'm not entirely sure where. Or some gills, maybe we'll try some gills. Let's see if I can do some gills. Let's just zoom into the neck and move over. So we'll try some gills. What would you say? You'd have like a flap coming out. Let me make sure I can go back to my sculpt brush. A flap coming out. No, that's not good. A pinch tool. I don't know what this does. Doesn't seem to do anything. Got foamy, spray, repeat. What other brushes do I have? Scrape, knife, fill, smear, bulge, amplify. Okay. Interesting. I don't actually know. So I could either have some webbing coming down, but again, that still needs maybe coming along as not along his shoulder because I'm going to want clothing. Maybe we do the clothing first and see what's left. So we will need. I want a collar coming up, I think. So I think what I need. Let's just try and get just a collar. Oh, we're on the pinch brush as well, so that's not going to work. A collar kind of coming here. Just sculpt this out and around. It will look kind of blocky, but that's okay. And around to the side maybe, and then down. So we're going to have, and this is going to come down to the jacket. Just zoom out. I'll do that for a second. Have it come down and around, and then just maybe like this. You've got like the jacket coming down. to the waist. So where would the waist kind of maybe there, and then coming around. I know it looks blocky and shit, but when I go up subdivisions, it should look better, and I can smooth it so that it's not got so many janky bits. So this will be where your jacket, and we've got a little bit of a collar kind of thing. Let's just see what it looks like if I hit Shift D. So we're now at a new subdivision level with 33,000 polygons, and you can see it already looks a little bit smoother. And then if I want to keep working, I get a little bit more. That's kind of cool. Let's zoom in a little bit, because what I'm going to want is I'm going to want it to look not there, maybe in so that it goes down a little bit. That kind of just looks like it's cutting into his head, but we'll continue. I might try to cover this up a little bit, just try and make it look like there's just a little bit of, so that it looks like it's that there is an underneath, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. That there's an underneath to this jacket. We're just going to come around here and try and get it going up a little bit. I'm doing this very quickly because, again, time constraints. But I think, because what I also want is that's not good, but we'll hit smooth and we'll just smooth some of this out. Oh shit, I hit something I shouldn't have hit. Just smooth some of this out a little bit. And smooth some of this out just to make it look a little neater. And then what I'm going to try to do is grab the collar and move just the collar up. So that, because I kind of want it to be like a high collared jacket. So I kind of want almost this to come up. Undo that. I might need to just make my do I undo more? What else should I do? Undo. What was the last thing? That's fine. Make my brush even smaller. So I'm just grabbing this, and I'm not grabbing the actual neck. In theory, because I kind of just here's the problem with doing this, is that I'm not able to. I just seem to be grabbing the edge when I actually kind of want to grab the whole thing. But we shall persevere and hope I don't get too much blocky bad. Maybe even pull it out a little bit from, like, no, I don't want the neck. No, don't want the neck. I want this bit out away from the neck. This bit just. No, not the neck. Gotta be careful. Not the neck. I kind of got the neck as well there, didn't it? This bit just out a little bit. Not the neck again. Stop grabbing the neck. Here maybe. Just kind of. This is why sculpting is hard in 3 dimensions, because you just kind of want to. Because I don't know. When I'm pulling it, that was the neck. When I'm pulling it this way, am I pulling it down or am I pulling it out? I'm hoping I'm pulling it out. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Is just get this. That seems, but not down. So we kind of go up as well. You can get what I'm trying to do. So we've got like a little jacket. Okay, so and. Sir, did I see a bulge brush? Bulge. What does bulge do if I increase the size of my brush? And what does the no, that's If I decrease the strength, so that's quite a lot of strength there. If I just try and just bulge out a little bit too much. Yeah, bulge out. Just so that this jacket looks like it's bigger than his body, basically. And the thing with doing with armor or clothes in Mudbox and sculpting it all together is that you can sculpt in wrinkles and stuff, so that even if you don't add a cloth modifier, I could sculpt in like a couple of wrinkles here and there, and maybe use maybe use a template for that. Just making this, and I'll go over and smooth this as well so that we'll get, but it's an easy way to actually make it look like he's kind of got a musculature as well, so that's kind of handy and cool. Just a little bit more down here. Just pressing very lightly on the top, because if I hold down, like, you get massive guns, which we don't want. Unless you do, because I could just do like a little bit. No, that's too. Maybe just if I wanted some kind of musculature, and then just try and blend it in a little bit. That just looks stupid, but hey, try and make him look a little. Just a little bit more. Again, smooth brush can solve a lot of your problems. And just a little bit around the arms, down to, because we'll put in some cuffs down there. Let's just go back to the smooth brush for a second. If you hold down shift, you don't need to go back to the smooth brush, but I don't have shift set up on my tablet, so we'll just go over all this just to smooth out a couple of the lumpy bits. There's a massive lumpy bit there. Just smooth that down. And just constantly going around your model. I'm gonna sneeze. Just smooth it out. Press down a little bit harder if you want more. And just kind of, so we've got smooth out around here, because this is looking a bit janky, and smooth just around the collar a little bit, just to get which button is move. I always get these confused. There's two buttons on where's my camera? There's two buttons on my pen. There's one there and one there, and if I hold down Alt, I have these set up so that one of them, so Alt and just clicking on the tablet and moving pans the camera around. Alt and the top or the bottom, depending on which way you're looking at it, will move the camera around, and this will zoom. So the other one on the pen. So I just got that to kind of, I just keep forgetting which one's which. Fuck. Stop it. Stop being bold. Just smooth around here. So that looks a little bit, just a little bit more definition of where there's a gap. Just sculpt that out a little bit more, and sculpt up here a little bit, so that you've got that kind of a, that's not too bad, I guess. What I would want is this to kind of go in just a little bit, and possibly in, so we're going to have just a little bit more around here, and I'm going to sculpt up so that it looks like he's got something on, like something on underneath the jacket, and then his neck will go down there. So it's pretty quick stuff. We're gonna want it to look like there is a cuff to the jacket, so we'll do a little bit of just a little bit more, just a little bit around, just sculpt out just a tiny bit, just get a little bit of definition around here. Just some broad strokes coming in, laying out what I want, where I want it, just smooth it out a little bit. And again, I only need to focus on one side because mirror is on, and we're going to bulge this just a tiny bit out so that it looks more like there is something going on in there. So I zoom. Kind of envision him having skinny, longer fingers, but hands are tough. So I'd have to. Maybe I can just do longer fingers if I grab and maybe take the thumb out a little bit and just start dragging them down. Just make them a little bit longer. Looks kind of weird, but hey, that's okay. That's okay. There's a bridge. Is there a bridge? There's a fill, sculpt, amplify. There's no bridge. What do I want to do? Scrape? No. Fill? What if I hit the fill brush? What does this do? Try and just zoom in a little bit and move down. If I try to... Whoa! It tries to... Okay. Interesting. Not what I wanted, but okay. But I'm trying to just... Maybe I can then... no, wrong one. Maybe do the same with here. Just try and... Although the question would be... Okay, no, we won't do all that because that's undo. What else could I do? Got some long fingers. Guess I don't need to just needlessly put stuff in. So then I'm gonna want boots. So go back to our sculpting. Say the boots come to here maybe. So we're gonna just do the same thing we did. We're gonna make a just the top of the boot. So the same as we did for the jacket, just a reference for where the boot is going to be. Come around here, just go all the way around and hope that lines up, and then we can bulge out the boot a little bit. Whoop, too much, I think. Zoom out, move down just a little bit, just to make it look, definitely make this bit bigger. Bulge that up just a bit, and again we'll smooth this out, but we just want this to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more around here, and a little bit more, just a little bit around here. Like I said before, this is more artistic than anything I normally do, and I'm not using any kind of reference image for this. I'm just kind of gonna mess around and get something that looks semi-decent or kind of something kind of cool. And we're going to smooth all this out just to get rid of some of that lumpiness. Just a little bit more smoothing, a little bit more smoothing. And then we go and try and do the same thing around the, maybe bring the brush size down a bit. And try and just cut in a little bit here around so that it looks like the boots are coming up over the trousers and the legs. At least that's the plan. So we might even be able to, whoops, just do a little bit more. It's not great. See if I can't just maybe, again, same with the same as what we did with the collar, try and drag this up, over, up, just drag it up, drag it up. It is going up, yeah, up, just go around and try and just drag it up and drag. It's not quite working. Like I said, Mudbox is hard. I'll just smooth things out around here just to see what that looks like. Especially for someone who doesn't use it a lot, doesn't know it very well, and is not all that artistic. Let's zoom in and have a look. Like I said, this is going to be if this is the player, he's going to be third person, so you know, does it really matter? You're only going to see the back of him, and we'll do a waist for the trousers. So what we might do is have it come along, the trousers come along here, so that the jacket's just coming, and maybe just have a little bit more of it out here, kind of just coming under the, so that you're kind of getting the idea that the jacket's over the top of the trousers, but there's just a bit more. Zoom in, just a little bit more, and we'll go up the subdivision layer in a second to see what this looks like. Let me just get it around the, gonna need it out over the bum. And then we'll come in and we will smooth all this out as well. So we'll just see what this looks like. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like at a higher subdivision level. So Shift D, let's go up to 4 and see, and then smooth this out a little bit and zoom out. And let me go back to school because it's not quite. You can see you get a much finer line at the higher subdivision level, so we can bring this out a little bit. This across, try and just match that up and just get a little bit more definition there. Of course, if these are trousers, this is going to have to be filled out, and then fill something out here. Let's just go around a little bit. Yes, I know I put that in specifically for a reason, but it's not looking great, so we're gonna try and just make this look a little bit better. Just by sculpting in a little bit more definition, more detail. Just come out here, and then we're gonna go around and smooth everything out. Just get rid of some of that jerky jankiness. Smooth. Now, I've said it before that Substance Painter can cover up a lot of bad modeling and sculpting, so we will definitely be trying to do that. Just get a little bit of. So this is what we've got. So, oh yeah, we'll need to. Let's go back to bulge and do the legs. Just to kind of. Because even. Bulge. Let's start bulge here. There you go. Massive alien cock. Anyway, so we are just we need to put the brush size up. Just because we're gonna just gonna bulge a little bit around the legs. He's got knees right there. Just a little move. Come down to the boot. Down to the side, just little bits. And move. Oh, mind the hand. You don't want to do the hand. Just gonna do up around the legs. Zoom in a little bit just to move so that I don't get the hand. At least in theory, I don't get the hands. Just try and keep an eye on that thumb to make sure that this isn't going over it. There in the leg, and in the back of the legs. You can zoom out a bit now. I know it looks a bit weird. Don't worry. Go over here, just kind of. some definition in the legs and on the insides of the legs. And we will go back over this and smooth out some of those rough patches, and then we'll do just a little bit more. And just go back to smooth. Just try and smooth out any lumps we see that we don't necessarily want. Just smooth. I'm doing both when I only need to do one, but that's fine. So we get a little bit of zoom out. What do we got? So this is what we got. Move. So, and then the head. So not bad for, what's that, half an hour's work? And we're getting there. I'm gonna try. I don't think this will work, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna sculpt from, say, here. Ooh, that's a bit. I just want. No, what's the brush size? Probably taking the brush size down. It might still be a bit too big, so we're gonna go from here. Okay, maybe it will work. Okay, and we're gonna keep going and making this bigger. And come along here to. This is not what I want. Just try and. Just kind of want this to. I think you can get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Hopefully. Just gotta and move. Then just kind of get it to come down. Just undo. Come down, and we'll just come down the back. And then what I'm going to try and do is maybe use the wrong one. The down about there maybe. Grab brush. See if I can just make this a little bit. And a little bit more up here, a little bit more. Ooh, gotta be careful that it's going in the right direction. And a little bit more up here. Definitely want this bit to be kind of, and then tapering down. So you've got this kind of, zoom out, get this kind of thin thing coming out here. What I might do as well is sculpting brush, bring the size of the brush way down, and hit control, and maybe just try and get some like nostrils, almost snake-like. Just smooth these out a little bit. So you just got that kind of zoom out, do a little bit of increase the brush size, do a little bit of smoothing along the fin, and I might try a stencil, just try and smooth this, get it kind of narrower, and a little bit just smooth here, get it to, let's have a look at my, what will we have, a stamp? What does this look like? If I put in the sculpt brush, let's just do it on the head so we can see. It doesn't do anything. Well then let's imprint. Oh, okay, I see. Let's just That's interesting, but not what I want. Okay, no. But it is imprinting that, right? Just too much. That's not what I want. Stencil. Kind of want like a veiny stencil. Do we have anything with this? That's wood. There's an ear. I don't want an ear. What's this? Well, these are kind of scaly. That might be kind of cool. Gonna go to our sculpt brush and just see what happens if I just color on. Just color it in. So we've got like, that's a bit too much, I think. So we're gonna undo that. What we're gonna do is bring the strength of the brush down. Oh, put the size of the brush up, maybe a little bit. Let's see what this is like. Just lightly color over it so that we get a kind of I think there's a button you can press to move the stencil around. I can't remember what it is. Just get like a scaly effect on his skin. How does this look? Get it across the forehead. Get it. Let's just move up here so we can. And again, I can go through and smooth this over if some bits are a little bit higher than others, so that's okay. Just have it. Just to give his skin a bit of texture, because if he's amphibious, he might be kind of scaly. Somewhere between a cross between a frog, a fish, and a snake, really. Just pop in some more. Pop in some here on the ears. Should I do the inside of the ears? I'll do the inside of the ears for now. I don't know. I might be deleting the inside of the ears and making like holes. Rotate, rotate, rotate. How do you rotate? And then put them on his face. On his face, onto his neck. Down to where would he? We're just gonna see what this. I hope this looks good because I don't want to have to undo it all. That's why I'm trying to keep the strokes as long as possible. The amount of time I have the pen pressed down, because if I need to undo, it will undo just the pen strokes. Ooh, that was kind of. Just put some in here under his, and a little bit down here, a little bit around here, a little bit up on his, across here, and over his eyes. Ooh, zoom it, and I mean that's, we got a little bit over here as well, just to along here. And should I do this? I don't know. Let's see what this looks like. If I just try and just rotate it around and try and get just a scaly kind of. What I really wanted was a veiny stencil to go on this. I don't know if this is working. I mean, I know it's working, but I don't know if it's looking good. What else do I have? What's this? Oh, well, If I go up here and just put, oh, didn't mean to do that. Put some kind of, whoa, no. No, that's awful. No, don't do that. That's not so bad. And then we've got, put some details on the gloves if I wanted to, which I did for the enemy. What can I do for, maybe just makes them a little bit rougher. And that's kind of, I don't know if I like that. don't know if I like that. Let's turn the strength down even more and just try and get a really light kind of across here. So it's just trial and error, really. We're just trying to get a little bit of detail onto the glove, just onto his weird fingers that bend in the wrong way. Well, I mean, they look okay. Well, that's not going to work, is it? It needs to be over here. Just kind of, just a little bit, just little bits, just to give it kind of a worn, kind of a worn, textury look. And just try and get every bit of it. Turn my stencils off for a second, see what that looks like. There's just a little bit of kind of... and actually I'm kind of okay with this as is. So that's kind of cool. Because I can... so what I can do... let's just go up to, where are we at now? Shift D, where are we at? Level 5, let's go up to level 6, see what it looks like. So you can see the higher it goes. So that's 847,000 polygons or something. Just having a quick look around, see if there's anything else I want to... I think that's okay. Because then what I can do is I can go hit page down. It goes back down through the levels. And I can export this, level 1, bring this into Maya, and then I can export the highest level and bring that into Maya. Actually, there's a way of retopologizing. There's a way to generate a mesh here. How did I do it with the enemy? I should have watched that video before I did this. I can create a mesh from this, bring it into Maya, and UV map it. Then I can export the highest level of subdivisions and bring that into Maya. I don't even need to, do I need to bring it into Maya? And then I can use bring the low poly version, so this version that's on the screen now, I can bring that into Substance Painter. And I can use the high poly version in Substance Painter to create a normal map so that this guy that we see now will end up looking like he's at the highest subdivision level, but he will have this number of polygons. And then I can bring that in, I can texture that and bring it into Unity and have this as my player. I'm quite happy with it. So if I hit mesh, rebuild, generate tessellation mesh, retopologize, create mesh from curves. I can't remember which one it was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit file. I'm going to save as. Save as. That save scene. Oh, I should have hit save scene as. Doesn't really matter. We're going to put it into videos. Come on. Open idle videos. Go to Sci-Fi RPG. And I'm going to save this as. It's not liking me using my keyboard, so I'm going to just delete it here. Gotta get rid of that. Get rid of that. Can I use my keyboard? Yeah. This is going to be called. Yeah, when I hit or in player, it stopped recording. So we called it player 2.0, and I think that's fine. So what I'm going to do now that it's saved is I'm going to try and retopologize. Oh, retopologize. New operation. Human body retopo operation 1. I don't really know what any of this means. I've done it once before. I'm going to hit retopologize and see what happens. Should create a mesh. You can see down here. Down, where is my... Ooh, you can see my little... Can you see it? You can see it there. Down here at the bottom left, it's 70%. So it's taking a while. But it's getting there. So that's cool. Cute. 64%. So it's jumped up a little bit. I hope this is the way to do it. I might need to look that up because I did it for Enemy 2.0 and I looked up how to do it. So I know it was something like this. Can't remember exactly what it was. So we shall see. And the cool thing about using Mudbox and Maya together is that you can just send stuff straight from Mudbox to Maya, and then when you update one, it updates the other. So because they're both Autodesk, they are linked, and that is kind of cool. It's very handy. Very handy. So we're getting 90%, so I don't even know how to tell if this has worked. Retopology succeeded. Base space is 3,788, subdivided to level 5. Original mesh is hidden. New topology created. This looks... total. Can I go down subdivision levels? I can. Okay. I can still go down. And it should have created a mesh. So this has 15,152 polygons. That's a lot better than a couple of million. I'm going to hit file. I'm going to send to Maya. Send selected as a new scene. Nothing is selected. That's great. You have specified meshes to send that are not level 0. Send base mesh instead, because it's the base mesh that I want, and then I will export the highest mesh and use that to create a normal map, and that should work in theory, but it might not. But we are going to find out. Connect it to Maya. So you can see I can do a little update thing. So if I make changes here, I can just update it and it will head over to Maya and update it in Maya automatically. So that's it's a good workflow to have, and it's really handy. It'd be great if you could do it straight to Substance Painter as well, but obviously that's Adobe, not Autodesk. Now you can retopologize within Maya, but I did this with the enemy and it worked okay. So that's how I'm trying to do it now. So wait for Maya to open. And we'll just see what it looks like in Maya. And then we will end the video. Well, once we have a look at it in Maya, make sure that it imported properly. And when we come back next time, we will UV map it and bring it into Substance Painter and see what that looks like if we can texture it in Substance. We'll see what that looks like. And then should I rig it in Maya as well before I texture it? Should I? Should I, mate? Panel. Size cannot accommodate all requested heads-up display elements. Just getting a warning in Maya. I'm just waiting for it to load, and then I'll show you what I see. I can edit this out if I need to. Don't worry. Say if I need to. If I want to. Sometimes I like to leave this shit in. Yes. Come on. Shamon. Save changes to the untitled scene. Sure. This is from Maya. Yeah, so we're gonna just save Maya. So I'm gonna do this here. Just gonna save it in the same place. Sci-Fi RPG. This is gonna be called. So while saving it, the keyboard shortcuts in OBS stopped it recording, so we couldn't get the ending. So this is where we're going to finish it off for today. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, consider sharing it with other people that you think might be interested in this kind of content, and, you know, subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so you can be kept up to date with all the cool stuff that I got coming up. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.